Wow.
They forced them into it. They got the Sona ban, which just meant there was only so many things they could ban out. They would have had to give them Karthus or Orianna.
Did they forget it?
There's no way they forgot it. These guys are
There's
way
no
too
way
prepared.
they forgot it.
Unless the pressure is really getting to them, but those look like controlled bans. And Cloud Templar's Anivia, he wants maybe another go with it. With the Sona being banned out, even though Sona is Mad Life's by far favorite support, he's got plenty of other options. He's got Alistair, he's got Zyra, and support Lux is something we also haven't seen a lot of. So this is going to be pretty huge. The Orianna has a lot of people excited, including myself.
Including yourself. So we're seeing Shen coming out here along with Anivia. Anivia we saw on Rapid Start in the very first game, the game they won. Might add, I tell a lie, he had Karthus.
Karthus has won both of these games.
Karthus has won both these games. This time Orianna though, we saw toys with Orianna. He was absolutely dominant. I think he destroyed Froggen as well in one of those games in the group stage. Who was it against? Who was Froggen?
The Anivia play against
I'm trying to think of the Orianna against Froggen.
Toys played the Anivia earlier.
I'm talking rubbish.
Is it just,
you know, we have a
Game
half-time
3.
break. I've gone to gibberish. It's all good, no worries. But Nunu coming out, something that Azubu Frost have said many times, and the Green teams have said they do not agree with it. And Kog'Maw, of course, wasn't banned in this game. Could it be the Nunu Kog'Maw coming out from Taipei Assassins?
I don't see them not doing Nunu Kog'Maw here. It would be really the perfect pick for them, and they have enabled the Nunu pick by banning Sona. I think the reason Azubu Frost doesn't think Nunu's a strong pick is because they have relied so much on Sona in the past, and Sona just wins that lane, but as soon as you take her out of the picture, you enable yourselves to pick Nunu Kog'Maw. And Azubu Frost saying, you know, we could take either one of these guys. Could they be going aggressive with Leona and Ezreal? That would be something. They've been struggling in that bottom lane. Really, TPA outlaned them both of these times. Here it is.
And it has been locked in. There's a few very happy rioters right now. As it is. I can't quite make out what that chant is, but there's definitely a chant coming out. They're happy with Leona being locked in there. And Ezreal, Leona, well, it's a strong lane. They've got a lot of stun potential here at Azubu Frost.
And closing this out, there's a couple picks left. They've done Nunu Vayne in the past. I'd expect a Nunu Cog, but they did pick Vayne against Ezreal in a previous game. I thought that hurt them in teamfights, but he started out 4-1, so that's a very salvageable lane for them. If they combo it off of Orianna, they have tons of protection for him, but it would be iffy. There's not the Karthus that he has to run through. There's the lock-in on the Vayne, so they really like that pick and want to go back for more of it. And will Stanley pick the Jax away from Shy, essentially, because that Azubu Frost is probably a Shen for Cloud Templar, and they still have a chance to counterpick against that, but that's Stanley on Jax, something we've yet to see this tournament.
He's locked it in, so is it going to be Shen in the jungle or Shen on the top lane? The reverse of what we just saw. We just saw Shen being very strong against Stanley, but honestly, with Stanley. Shy, though, is going to know how to play against Jax. He's certainly going to know how to play against it with Shen, but the question is, will he go for something else? Will they force Cloud Templar to take it in the jungle?
And this pick can go either way. It looks like it gave him the option to pick a jungler or a top laner, and there's the Vladimir, so that's Cloud Templar on Shen, Vladimir up against Jax in that top lane. Going down these team comps, TPA once again going for a laning phase. Actually, no, they're not going for a laning phase this time. They've won the laning phase. In this regards, they have more of a team fight, where Azubu Frost, they've swapped roles in a sense. It's now on Azubu to push TPA, and they haven't been able to win the early game yet this tournament. So this is going to be exciting. How badly can Toys outfarm Rapid Star with Orianna, and how epic are those teamfights going to be?
How epic will those teamfights be? We are all square. We are 1-1. Game 3 is about to get underway. If you'd like to see Azubu Frost take it to a 2-1, give them a shout, ladies and gentlemen. They are on the stage. They will hear you.
Now Taipei Assassins, this has turned into a best of 3. If you want to see them take their second game of the series and in a row, let them hear it.
Well, it still seems to be crowd favourites, and there is the stadium. We are here in the Galen Centre.
Shot.
It is an amazing shot. You can see the stage, the trophy, everything on show. And we are about to get underway for Game 3 of the Season 2 League of Legends World Final here at the Galen Centre in Los Angeles. And you guys have all travelled a long way, managed to fight the parking spaces, which we had to find ourselves. We've all been through that pain. And it has been a tremendous reaction from you guys. You really are giving it fantastic support. And we have a
enthusiastic fan up there, and we're
fans.
into the match now. How are they going to play the early games? We haven't really seen much aggression. There's been a lot of scouting. I don't think we've seen an early buff steal. The only thing we saw was a Wraith taken over the wall. Will we see lane swaps? We saw a lot of that in game 2. The Vayne is something that you normally want to only pick into a 2v1 lane. The TPA seemed fairly content and successful in laning it up against Ezreal in the first game. Azubu Frost, though, coming out strong with an invade, running straight into that triangle brush. TPA likewise going up around race. I think TPA is just going to look to ward.
Yep, TPA pushing forward. They've got identical across the board item stacks. And there is the ward, the counter ward for Taipei Assassins. Azubu Frost, though, looking to make some damage here. They want to go for that red buff invade, start things off. If you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, Taipei Assassins are starting as the blue team. It is all square 1-1. We're a minute into game 3, and Azubu Frost as the red team on your screen right now. They are warding up that bush. Pretty much identical play, despite the fact they've just done a complete round robin there on the red buff. And Azubu Frost looking like just going to take the wraiths away. That's all they're going to counter.
And even then, they just seem to be running out. They might just go for an early jungle. Defensive conservative play coming out early on from these guys. No clashes as of yet, and it doesn't even look like we'll see a delayed invade. If anything, no mistake, already leveling up that Blood Boil. He's not going to be going into the jungle. Might see a lane swap, actually. Stanley going back to base. We'll see a Jax bottom. And with BB and Mistake being up here already, they're going to be going top lane. And that will be a 2v1 for them. So we'll see how Shy and Stanley deal with the 1v2.
Yeah, so Stanley heading down that bottom lane. How are Azubu Frost going to react? They're going to pull away that blue buff. There's going to be BB and Mistake going on that top versus Vlad. Rapid start, of course, against Toys in that mid lane. How will they match up this time around? So far, Toys is out-farmed, but not out-killed.
Look at this. They're actually going for a 3-man invade. They're looking to take the Wraiths and potentially even the red buff with the 2v1 swaps. We've seen this a few times before. They have more members on this side of the map. So really, Azubu Frost doesn't have a way of stopping this red steal, and they could very well give Vayne a red buff in top lane, or they're going to let Low Balls take away with Smite.
He's going to get it before Cloud Templar even manages to react to this. Cloud Templar may walk into this one. No, he backs away. I think he's well aware. Yeah, they realize there's nobody in the top lane. Back off. Shy, you need to back away from the turret. BB's going to go for him. Can he manage to pin him on the wall? He does manage to pull away. He just leveled up there as they came at him.
And that was actually really smart. Even though he just leveled up, he was yet to put a skill point in before he saw someone in the lane. So when they went to level 1 gank him, he had the pool. Very smart. He did not need a skill if he had no one to lane against. But with that, Lil Ball's invading his jungle, and now Cloud Templar trying an invade on red as well. And this is just hit for hit. Azubu Frost now going in for a red invade of their own because they outnumber TPA on this side of the map, and they're able to counter that out very nicely.
So they do counter each other out very well. Wildlife, of course, helping out Cloud Templar with that smite, just to use it any second. There we go. Clearing out the red, just picking up and leaving those 2 golems there. Difference here, though, Azubu Frost didn't clear out the red, whereas Taipei Assassins completely cleared it out. They're going to know the timer.
Oh, Cloud Templar coming around the back. Toys so evasive on that Orianna. He's not going to be able to catch that out, and that's going to make it so TPA has the timer on the red, but Azubu Frost doesn't, and Low Ball's only lost about 20 seconds on the potential respawn of his red, so he doesn't really care that the red buff wasn't taken for him. The lane swap, let's see how that's working out. We got 11 minion kills on Vayne to 20 on Womb, so that red invade actually did slow him down a little bit.
There's a bit of a difference in the 2 lanes. The top lane with BB here is trying to zone out Shy as much as possible with Mistake. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is completely shoving on towards Stanley's turret.
And that's the thing, with the 2v1 Vayne lane, you're not looking to push. Oh, here comes Cloud Templar pushing them back. You're not looking to push, you're looking to farm. But with the Ezreal lane, you're looking to push and create more action, and hopefully force Vayne to eventually lane against Ezreal.
Meanwhile, in that mid lane, you can see Rapid Star and Toys having a bit of an exchange, keeping things lively between them. Very much even in the CS in these early stages. As you would expect, the 2v1 laners, Vladimir and Jax, struggling for CS in those early stages as the 2 AD and supports trying to force them, trying to just pin them out, try to starve them of any gold.
And because of the denial in top lane, with Azubu's lane pushing, Cloud Templar having to babysit that top, and if Lil Balls is able to catch him sitting there, they could turn something around. He's very good at waiting in those pockets of vision where no one's going to be able to see him. And here he comes in. Can he get a clear run to Cloud Templar? No, everyone's going to be able to disengage. turns out to be just a bit of a waste of time.
So, in the early phases, we are looking to see whether they can counter each other. We did see Taipei Assassins, of course, suddenly pull out that ace 15 minutes in. We're only 5 minutes gone so far. Cloud Templar using the smite on the large Wraith, making sure he does get that. He did, of course, have Lil Balls just hanging in the distance. Rapid Star getting caught out a little bit here by Toys. Trying to force the flash, not going to happen. Obviously, has Rebirth available, as well aware, managed to get well in range of the turret. Cloud Templar just lingering in the distance as Lil Balls heads down south, maybe trying to poke a little bit towards this bottom lane, help out Jax, help out Stanley.
Cloud Templar might try a flash taunt onto Toys because the poke went down to Rapid Star. Instead he just gets the taunt.
And he's going to get the chain stun on Toys. Are they going to get the Ignite? That might be enough damage to the Bull. They've tried to use defensive. Is he going to go down here? The Ignite's ticking. It's just going to finish off. Now Lil Balls is coming around. They're going to jump on towards Mad Life. There's the counter-strike. They've chained the stuns out already, and Mad Life will just flash out. But Lil Balls is continuing. That's going to be the exhaust down. Can they continue the damage, though? Stanley turns his aggression on towards Woong. Manages to jump on. His counter-strike's not going to be up for another few seconds, and they're going to have to back away. Cloud Templar was heading down south as well. Good disengage from Taipei Assassins.
And this has been a dead even farm off early, so no one really taking an edge, and that does favor TPA slightly because I think their teamfight phase is slightly stronger. Stanley have to be very careful now since he is at half health. He is running low on health potions. Actually, no, he's not. He's still got 2. The lane, if it pushes against him, he's going to have trouble getting experience. Overall, this has just been a close farm off thus far, 6.8 to 6.8k. No one really creating anything for each other yet.
No opening advantages, pretty much countering each other in the jungle. Red Steel's back and forth, keeping each other's blue buff. Blue buff, of course, will be back up in just about 30 seconds time. So we'll see whether anyone goes for that. Rapid Star and Toys picking up the Wraiths. Tell a lie, Rapid Star's not getting his Wraiths. I say his Wraiths. It's almost become a standard in that mid lane that the AP carriers get their own Wraiths.
It seems like it, and that's how these teams have been playing. Toys 9 ahead of Rapid Star. I guess that's going to even out just with that mid. So Rapid Star not really getting outlaned by Toys thus far. He even got the gank onto him, but he hasn't been able to pull very far ahead. One of the big stories is Stanley's only at 11 minion kills, 7.5 minutes in, so that could be fairly bad for them. They've now done the swap. They're actually the ones who initiated this, so they think Vayne's ready to lane against Ezreal, and they didn't want Stanley to get hurt by the 2v1 much longer. He's now trying to catch up and farm in the top lane. He's got a big stack ready to do it.
Lil Balls is looking at maybe going towards that red buff. Of course, he does have the timer on it. Is he going to try and go for an invade? Look at that, the ping's going across. They knew exactly where Lil Balls was likely to head. He did pass that ward, of course. Has pulled out the red buff. Is going to try and get it. You can see that Cloud Templar is going to come around. It's going to be a smite fight, I believe, between the two of them. We're not seeing any movement from Rapid Star. There's the smite. They're going to go down. They're trying to dive on towards I'm trying to see where he was. It was BB getting hit very much by that true shot barrage, but they didn't manage to take him. Woong was taken very low. You mentioned they feel they could win that lane out, but BB has just proven it very different. And BB a mistake. They're putting a lot of pressure on that bottom lane, forcing Woong back.
BB a mistake, just showing once again their strength, going aggressive into the Leona and Ezreal in that bottom lane, and really just, that's going to be very scary for Azubu Frost if BB's continually allowed to farm like this. In the middle, Rapid Star hasn't been able to get much onto Toys, both of them just free farming. Even in the top now, Stanley starting to catch back up onto Shy. This looks like a controlled game thus far from TPA. They have a 300 gold advantage very early. They haven't been heavily counter-jungled. They were able to take the red buff, and we could see the first bit of action here if Stanley stops Cloud Templar from taking his red, since they do have a level advantage on him overall.
Timer, and there's Cloud Templar pulling out the red buff. Lil Balls is just below on the golems. Not aware of it. The question is, I think Cloud Templar is going to take it before he manages to react to this one. He's going to have smite. He's going to come around that corner and he's going to smite it down. Didn't use it at the moment. Actually, Lil Balls comes around. Lil Balls, I think, picks it up there. Cloud Templar goes around. Cloud Templar is going to have to get away from it. He did manage to pick it up, and he's forced Cloud Templar back. Man, Mad Life tries to support them. Mad Life having to use his ultimate to keep him away. Gets one more stun, but he's going to go down first. But for BB. BB going to try and turn this one to Woong and just backs off. Good kill there. Taipei Assassins, a little bit of control there, being forced by Cloud Templar wanting to get that red.
And that was actually TPA forcing the Azubu Frost into a move that made that happen. Cloud Templar didn't quite have his smite to finish off that red buff, and now Woong in a bit of trouble, giving off the kill to BB, and the lane is just pushed against him, so he's not able to get experience. Mistakes trying to zone him out, and will they be able to get a stun here on the wall?
Stanley and Shy taking a little bit of trade on the turret there. And looking like Stanley's actually starting to win out that top lane. Since they've traded back, he's definitely gained a bit of an advantage. And you can see again the Empower Strike down on Shy. Shy having to use the pull to get away. He's not going to be available next time. And we are seeing Little Balls again coming around aggressive on Cloud Templar, already taking the golems though, but they are pinging straight away towards Shy. They realize he's going to get pinned on that turret. He's going to have a wave coming in. Little Balls is going to try and get in there. Shy's going to try and get away. He's going to hit him with the cleaver. Stanley's going to get a jump. Nice. That's going to be Stanley finishing off. That's a nice Empower Strike, finishing him down. And they're going to maybe even push the turret there. You can see Toys was just hanging around that bottom mid lane as well. And he's going to go back.
They knew there was a 24-second cooldown on that Vladimir pool and that they were able to just straight up tower dive him. He had the burn earlier, so the dive was safe. They pushed off Cloud Templar, and that was just a bunch of attrition that came to a kill. Again, really organized play by Little Balls, and his ganks have been exquisite. Here now, Rapid Star coming down through the bottom lane, walks through a ward, and once again, they can get those double golems for Nunu and Vayne, and it's keeping BB ahead in this lane. Now that they've kind of started winning the bottom lane, and they started winning the top, 1.7 thousand gold advantage. This is troubling for Azubu Frost because even the late game teamfight phase looks to fall in TPA's favor.
And the problem is it was Azubu Frost that actually engaged and forced the lane swap. Went back to switching down the bottom. And BB seems happy with that one. Stanley seems happy with that one. As it is, in the middle lane, you can see it's still starting to slip away to Toys again. As the crowd find the ward, the first ward of the game going down, I believe. Taipei Assassins, though, in this bottom lane, are starting to force them back here. Little Ball's starting to come around. He finds another ward.
Of course he does. He's been an assassin of wards, actually, in these games. Always picking up the early oracles, beating Cloud Templar to it this game, finding another one. That's 3 already. Oracle's starting to pay for itself. And up top, Stanley really starting to bully Shy here. 2-level advantage, continually just leap striking onto his face and pulling pretty much ahead here. And Little Ball's coming around the back. They might look to dive this once the wave hits the turret. Cloud Templar's ultimate is up. They got to be very careful of this getting turned around.
Surely they spotted the axe coming through. They didn't quite manage to land it on Wound. Instead, he's actually going north. He's going to spot in towards the wolves. Hasn't gone through yet, so they've obviously called out, no, we don't want a lane phase. We feel we're just winning out this lane, so we're quite happy to farm it out. Will they go for it? Mistake is in there, just keeping BB with that blood boil, and he's happy to farm it out there. So
trying to steal blue.
And Little Ball's on blue. You can see Oriana now heading around there. Rapid Star's trying to get a peek, but he's not careful about this one. He realizes there is something there, and Toys does pick it up.
Throughout all 3 of these games, TPA has done a fantastic job of stealing buffs, and they've started earlier this game than in the past. Azubu Frost knows they're going for this, but the fact that Stanley's came down means this is a free dragon, and it's just going to be about trying to push and get another Blue Invader, another tower for Azubu Frost. But man, they're just going all out here.
Yeah, and Azubu Frost immediately reacted. Rapid Star and Cloud Templar going to go around, try and steal away.
They're onto him. They might catch him in a fight here.
Yeah, because they've walked past that ward, and immediately you can see Stanley and Little Ball's heading up towards this one, trying to catch them off that good wall. He does manage to get the slow on Rapid Star. It might be enough. The flash comes out, forced him away. Stanley wanted to jump in there and get that counter strike down.
But better judgment won out. He would have been jumping in 1v3, and they would have been able to turn that one. Successful blue invade, or blue counter invade for Azubu Frost, but they still lost out on that dragon. They didn't get any tower pushes, and this is still TPA slowly winning out this game. Rapid Star again falling behind Toys. The bottom lane again proving to be stronger for TPA, and they're pushing straight onto that tower. One of the big things about that top lane that won it out for Stanley was his double null magic build, and here they're just pushing straight down this turret bottom lane, and they look to force.
Yeah, he's kept the basic boots, hasn't gone for grade 2 boots just yet, which is obviously going to stop his gank a little, but look at the damage BB's putting down on this turret. 14 minutes gone, nearly shredded that turret down. The ultimate on Mistake here, they're going to dive for him. That's going to be the channel to Mistake will drop. I don't think he's going to get away from this one. Now BB's in trouble. BB has to use his ultimate, will manage to escape. But that was a good gank, a good turn from Azubu Frost. However, Shen's ultimate was required to turn that one, and Stanley on the top there against Shy, again continuing to bully.
The fact that they use their Shen ult aggressively did create the kill for them, but since they're losing the lanes, it now creates a lot more danger because things like this can happen.
And that is going to be the rebirth. How's he going to have enough damage? He's going to have the shockwave as soon as he comes up. There's the ball. Is he going to bother using it? No, he's not. It's just going to harass him, knowing full well rebirth is down.
Did get the egg though, and now the tower dives are vulnerable for everyone on Azubu because they're losing the lanes, and there's no Shen ult to save them now, so TPA can be much more aggressive for the next 120 seconds as that Shen ultimate just continues to tick down. Really They did create a kill, but they didn't gain all that much from it. They killed Nunu, but they didn't even stop BB from farming after that death. Woong might look to get aggressive here, but they're just pretty scared of the main Nunu right
BB knows exactly where he is. They were waiting to move around, manages to get the stun down. We've moved away from the top lane because we're looking in the mid lane. There's a fight at the bottom, god damn it. There it is, Mistake manages to get on towards Madlife. Have they got the damage? Are they going to switch? They will take Madlife down. He has to use the heal there. Woong does manage to get a last shot. No, he turns it. Goes back to Woong. Woong now slowed down. Ezreal ultimate, he gets out of it. One more shot. No, he manages to avoid the damage. Very well played, Woong there. Arcane shifting just at a critical moment. Meanwhile, there was that huge fight in the middle there, and we do just see Taipei Assassins now. You can see that actually Toys is heading south. The ping goes down on him. Rapid Star saying, back away from this one, Woong.
This is going to be the first tower of the game for TPA, and they're just letting the minions finish it off, knowing full well that Woong had to back away due to the threat of Toys. And that just goes to show that's going to be a very scary BB coming up soon. Phantom Dancer at 16 minutes with the Nunu. His attack speed is tremendous at this point. Stanley also picking up a Phage, as well as that experience advantage he has on Shy. He's fallen a bit behind in minion kills, but he's still able to bully up in that top. And mid, you can see Toys poking the ball back and forth, trying to get aggressive onto Rapid Star right now.
Shockwave goes down. They realize obviously Rapid Star doesn't have his egg available. Toys immediately gets countered. He's got the Ignite down. Toys is going to get dropped. And that is a great turnaround there. Madlife comes back in. Madlife might get dropped again, but it doesn't matter. An AP carry for a support. They're going to take that loss.
But the thing is, with that, BB got his third kill, and they're going to lose a turret for this because Rapid Star is too low. So all of the action that's getting created here is always favoring TPA. Second turret of the game, on top of their Dragon, on top of their 4-kill advantage, and on top of their minion kills, is adding now 5,000 gold. Big lead for TPA, coming out really strong in this game 3.
A huge lead this early on, and you can see Stanley continuing to push this top lane as well. The rest of the Taipei Assassins are closing in on towards this top lane. The ping's going down. Lil Balls realize that red buff may well be available, but they are going to collapse on towards the top turret. Will they force it down, or will they just try and catch them out here? The wards may well give the advantage here. They're going to try. Look at this, Taipei Assassin's waiting. Is Woong going to fall for it? Is he going to come around the side?
Oh man.
Coming around. They're going to dive for him. Does manage to pin him, not quite on the wall, and the Arcane Shift will come in. BB might be able to have the damage to finish him off, but Madlife is there again to force him away. Top turret did go down while that trade was happening, and we can see Stanley continuing to force on that top. Very nice play from Taipei Assassins here.
3 turrets to 0, and in the games they won in the semifinals, it was about this fast turret pressure strategy. They were going to get the next Dragon just because of their large gold advantage as long as they're in position for it, and no one on Azubu Frost can deal with them right now. They're going to try to go around and get picks. Lil Balls has to be careful here, popping his ultimate, very good awareness. They're very scary right now. They're going for that Oracle.
They're going for Lil Balls, actually. They're diving in. That's going to be one ultimate used. Can they catch him out with another? Doesn't matter. Ultimate was reused for Lil Balls. He's waxed away. Shockwave used on Cloud Templar. Pulls him in. Shockwave's going to... That's going to be an Oracle burn from Toys. Beautiful, beautiful play by Toys there to single-handedly take down Cloud Templar without the rest of the team realizing what was happening behind them.
Toys just an assassin on Orianna, and Cloud Templar got counter-jungled heavy. He's being shut down. TPA getting chanted by the crowd, and look at this push on mid lane. They are showing domination thus far.
This is what they did against Moscow 5, of course, when they had that Vayne. And BB now completely in charge. Toys seems to be in charge. They're going to close it on Woong. They're going to have the counter strike. They've gone for Rapid Star. Rapid Star flashes Woong around the side. Woong absolute zero being used. That's going to be one down. Rapid Star drops. Woong is going to get dropped as well. Stanley gets another. Madlife goes down. Playmate all over him. Shy has to run away, and they have a 5-man terror squad in that middle. They're going to take down another turret. They are stripping these turrets down.
The terror squad, as you put it, 4th turret down at 19 minutes. The Dragon's up in 5 seconds. They're going to be able to pick that one up as well. This is an unbelievable Game 3 performance by TPA. The Oracle's on the little ball, still clearing away the wards. No one on Azubu Frost is ready. Rapid Star is not able to stop them from diving through in team fights.
Good lord.
And here they're just going to continue the kills.
Why did they chase? Why did they do it? Cloud Templar getting caught out. The exhaust on Shy. Shy now gets pinned on the wall. They're going to pick up another kill off the back of this one. Shy manages to take down Mistake, but honestly, a support for a double kill to BB. I don't think that was a good exchange.
BB is rolling right now on top of the Blood Boil. He is just going wherever he wants and destroying. Slick play there. He condemned one member into the wall where he went out and finished. And they're actually a little bit low here. Azubu Frost realizes the panic switch is on and they're trying to get something done here. They might actually get a Dragon here because everyone on TPA might be backing off. or Toys with his Dolphin back up could close this, and TPA could continue the pressure. Here they come.
And they immediately realize the pressure is on. They're going to dive in. Stanley goes launching in shockwave. Rapid Star instantly. Rapid Star's rebirth will drop. Rapid Star goes down. Woog trying to pull something out here. Stanley with the ball on him. He's going to jump back onto Rowan Woog. Woog going to get dropped. Taipei Assassin are destroying, one might say, assassinating Azubu Frost.
One fight after the other, Azubu Frost realizes the situation, and they're not letting Taipei Assassins get ahead because they knew once it started, there was no stopping them. Just the Nunu Vayne, the Orianna, the Jax, just a superpower of a team comp once they get a lead, and with an 11,000 gold lead at 20 minutes, things look incredibly dire for Azubu Frost right now. One after the other, they continue to run in and die, and now they are even farther behind. Everyone on TPA outplaying.
And it's that dangerous position when you start going in one by one, just slowly feeding them. Taipei Assassins, you know, they had a 5-man in that jungle, yet again, Azubu Frost went in there 2 or 3 times, just completely trying to catch them out. Thought they caught something, but no, all they caught was another 5-man Taipei Assassins just destroying them. And that terror squad of Taipei Assassins really is causing them problems. 3-0-4 Stanley, 3-1-3 Toys, 5-0-4 BB. The rest of the team, ultimate support, 0-2-7 getting in there, and 0-0-6 for the jungler. Taipei Assassins really are very, very strong right now. They have a 10,000 gold advantage 21 minutes in.
And you look at this, they're going for a Baron. They have about 50% more gold than Azubu Frost, and Azubu Frost has absolutely no vision on this Baron. The Nunu Vayne, they pop the ult for more damage. They're looking to end this one fast. I would be surprised if this gets to 30 minutes. TPA knows exactly how to finish, and they're doing it expertly.
And while they do take that Baron down, Toys was actually bullying them. That was pushing mistake, Rapid Star and Mad Life back. Toys really is in absolute dominant form, proving why Orianna's been banned 2 games already, and many games before this one. You do not allow him, and well, I'm seeing on the screen, it is a surrender!
That was the most impressive victory by Taipei Assassins really we've seen all week. The crowds are behind them.